So do not let the size of this little e-bike fool you. This thing has a 500-watt motor that can get you up to 28 miles per hour. It has an estimated range of up to 70 miles. And also it has automatic gear shifting and automatic power delivery. And you don't see that a lot in e-bikes under $2,000. But this bike costs $1,799, and having that tech inside of it, again, is just something that is not very common. And I have partnered with Blix for this video, so they sent over the bike for me to be able to show you this and also just give you my impressions with it. And all of my impressions are just my experience with this bike directly coming from me. So this also is a folding e-bike too, so it's really easy to fold down. It's like a 3-step process. Fold down the handlebars, and then in the middle of the bike you have another latch that you can undo. And then now you just fold it, and then you can put this in the trunk of your car easier, or you can store it in your garage without taking that much space. And these right here are actually some magnets. So on the bike, when you fold it up, these magnets will stick together and keep the bike from moving around. And this also does have a torque sensor, so pedaling is going to be more natural and more responsive. So as soon as I start pedaling, the motor automatically kicks in to be able to help me along. And then this bike also looks really good too. So you have 4 different colors to choose from. You have gray, green, burgundy, and also this nice steel blue is what they're calling it here. So I'm liking the way it looks, and actually online it looks a little bit, I would say honestly, cheaper than what it does look like in real life. So it's very fine-tuned when it comes to the fit and finish. And also the cable management is really, really, really nice on this. And so the cable is not all the way integrated, but they do have it just really kind of tied to the frame and in the right spots to make it really look neat. And then you also do have really comfortable handlebar grips on this. And also you find the controls for the electronic shifting on the left-hand side. And then all the way on the right-hand side, you will find the twist throttle. And then also you do find the controls for the headlight, which has a high and low beam mode. So this is really nice for having more control. And also over here, you will find the button for the electronic horn. And then you'll also find the turn signals over here. And so the turn signals only show up in the rear on the tail light that also functions as a brake light. So when you press down on the brakes, it does brighten up more than what it is typically. And then also those turn signals will show up nicely on that. And then smack dab in the middle of the handlebars, you will find this easy to read display, even when I'm wearing my sunglasses right now, which are polarized. So I'm able to easily see it. And I really like the color representation of the different riding modes that you might be in. So as you progress through them, you can see that the colors will change, and also gives you your range, your speed, and your overall distance and those things like that. And there's a little button on the bottom of the display that allows you to be able to change the settings and stuff, which is very conveniently placed. But this also does work with their smartphone app that you can download on your phone. And the number one thing I really like with that is the fact that you don't have to sign up or log in or anything. Basically, you just download the app, and then now you can go straight into just pairing it with the e-bike via Bluetooth. Now, I will tell you, a lot of e-bike apps aren't the slickest apps, but this one is very functional. So you can see your estimated range, and also you can change the riding mode in this, and also you can adjust the assist setting as well. And you can easily change between class 2 and class 3 using the app. And that's convenient if you are going to be riding in the park and you need to drop that down to class 2 to be legal. And also you can adjust the walking speed, so you can enable walking assist to be able to help this move around. And also you can adjust the E-shift here. You can really get in there and adjust the target power and the cadence and stuff. And then I really do like this dashboard. So if you do have your phone mounted on the handlebars, you can have this dashboard up in the app and see your speed, your power ratio, how long you've been riding. Now, I do want to be clear is that you don't have to use the app to be able to use this bike. It's just an easy way to do it. You can adjust a lot of these settings on the bike itself by using the display. And speaking of easy, it's also very easy to put this bike together. So because it is a folding bike, it's pretty much all the way put together outside of you having to like put the handlebars in place. But after you do that, you're basically set, and you'll spend more time unpacking it and throwing away like the packaging and breaking down the box than you actually will putting this thing together. Oh, and this bike only weighs 55 pounds. So after you do fold it up and stuff, it's very easy to move it around. And so the total weight that this bike can support is 312 pounds, but only 270 pounds of that can actually be yourself or just like the rider weight. So be aware of that. But the extra poundage you can have on the integrated rear rack that this bike does have. And so this is a MIC compatible rear rack as well. And basically MIC is like kind of like MagSafe that is for iPhones, where you have other different accessories and bags and stuff that are MIC compatible that you can bring, and it easily just snaps on and off. It's a very easy process to put those accessories on, which I really like. And so the bag that I'm showing you right now is one that I have and I use with all of my MIC compatible e-bikes that I do use, and it also expands out too. So it's a really nice, convenient feature, especially for safety too and security. So when you do arrive at your destination, it's very easy just to go ahead and pop that off and take it inside if you want to. All right, so now for my speed test. First test, we'll just be using this half twist throttle only. And so this should only allow me to get up to 20 miles per hour. So let's see what we can do in 3, 2, 1, boom. And I am in turbo mode. I weigh around 220 pounds. And we're already at 13, 14, 16 miles per hour, 17, 18, 19, 20, according to the bike's display. And we're at 18.7, 18.8, according to the GPS app on my phone. And yeah, that was pretty quick for this motor on this bike. It's only 500 watts starting, so that's actually not too bad. So let's go ahead and test out these brakes here. Brakes are good too, so I'm really happy with the takeoff performance. Of course, I wish that you can always go 28 miles per hour with the throttle, but for legal reasons and making sure they're compliant everywhere, using throttle only, going up to 20 miles per hour is going to be kind of the norm these days, so not bad at all. But now let's go ahead and see what I can get with pedal assist. All right, so pedal assist, I got this in turbo mode just like I had last time. So 3, 2, 1, boom. And here we go. All right, getting some pedaling in. We got 15, 16, 18, 19, 20 miles per hour already. Very fast. 24, 26, 28 according to the bike's display, and we're showing 25.8. 26 on my GPS app on my phone. And let me give it just a little bit more power. Yeah, 27.3 GPS app. Yeah, all right, so not bad. Not bad at all on this thing. So don't let the size of this bike fool you. You can get up to the class 3, 28 miles per hour using pedal assist, 20 miles per hour using the throttle. And especially just a fast speed, the quickness to get up to those speeds is what I really like so far with this. All right, so now let me shift to the auto mode, and you cannot change the riding modes on here when you are like engaged in the throttle. You have to release the throttle, and then you can press this button here on the back of the shifter to be able to change to auto, and I just missed it. All right, I'm back on auto now. So now when I do pedal, everything is just going to be taken care of for me. So the shifting between the 8 gears and also the power mode that I need, depending on how hard I'm pedaling. This bike is just smart. It's just going to kind of do all of that for me. And it makes for when I'm just riding around like this, cruising, not to have to think about anything. And that's what a lot of people want to do with these e-bikes, you know, just kind of chill. And if I didn't mention already, you can take over manual control of the shifting. You don't have to use the auto mode. So if you want more just like that granular control, depending on the situation that you're in, again, you can always drop it out of auto and take control back. But as far as like the overall ride quality with this torque sensor, the pedaling feels really good and natural. The riding position, so like how upright I'm sitting, is perfect for me. I feel very comfortable riding around on this thing. I'm not leaning too far forward or too far backwards. And I will always say that this is going to be more of a, you know, city riding bike as far as staying on paved surfaces and stuff. But you do have 20 by 2.4 inch tires on these, and these are advertised as all-terrain tires. So I'm going over some grass right now, just switching, you know, riding around in this park. If I do want to get a little bit off-road and this type of stuff, you can do it. It's not going to be something that's made for, you know, heavy-duty off-roading and stuff. I'm not going to take this on like a mountain biking trail or anything. But if you are just going through something like that, this does have the ability to do it. And let's see how this auto shifting will adjust for this hill. It's a pretty short and steep hill, but yeah, look at that. Not a problem at all to be able to get up that hill. So that is good. Oh, and this also does have front and rear plastic fenders. So when you are getting into grass, mud, dirt, and stuff like that, that'll help protect you from things splashing up on you. And I also like how I'm almost at a stop here, but as soon as I start pedaling with this torque sensor and this motor, instant power is what you have right when you want it. And so the question might be, who is this bike going to be for? And I think this bike is going to be for people who are looking for something to commute to work and something that they don't want to have to worry about because of the weight. So if you do need to carry it up a couple of flights of stairs or just move it around, you can easily do that because this thing does not weigh that much. And because this is a foldable e-bike, if you are wanting to take this maybe on like a camping trip or traveling with you, you can put this in the back of your car, your SUV, or in your trunk or wherever, so you don't have to have it out on a bike rack and kind of exposed to the elements, and also, exposed to thieves as well. So being something that can, just shrink down and get more compact is going to be good for safety reasons as well. And because of these step-through design and just the easy nature of riding this bike, especially with the simplicity of the auto shifting and all that stuff, this is a bike that I think is good for kids, it's good for adults, it's good for first-time e-bike rider, something that you might just want to kind of get comfortable with. And even for a big guy like me, this is a bike that I actually don't mind riding around. I don't feel like it's like too small for my size. So I'm overall happy with the way it looks, the way it performs, and just the way it feels. And right now I am at the Gateway National Park here. So we got the big old St. Louis Arch. And one benefit of a bike like this that doesn't look too aggressive, for an e-bike. So this does blend in pretty well. And because this is a 500 watt motor, you come in well under the regulated up to like 750 watt motor that a lot of national parks here in the US do kind of make sure that your e-bike can't go over. So you don't have to worry about, breaking a lot of regulations and stuff like that. Just always be mindful of your speed and stuff when you're around people. But this bike is going to be suited for parks and other places like that. But now I'm going down this nice little bridge here, but I'm still taking advantage of these hydraulic disc brakes. And these are just very, very confident brakes. 180 millimeter rotors is what you have for those people who want those tech specs. But yeah, the braking is really, really, really good on this. All right, so now for my cobblestone test. Now, this bike does not have any type of suspension. So no front suspension, no rear suspension. So because of this, this is not going to be super comfortable for something like this. But one solution you do have for this, which I actually have on right now, is I added my own suspension seat post, and also that has another custom seat that I always keep on for these type of situations where I am riding an e-bike that doesn't have rear suspension or just any type of suspension. And actually, I would suggest to this company to go ahead and just add into the cost of a bike, adding a suspension seat post to it, because that would just make this bike even better than what it already is. Now, with that being said, the stock seat on this bike is actually not that bad. So it is wide and also soft as well. So I'm liking the seat that comes with it. Now, I do have to be honest, when you are looking at pictures of this bike on their website, it doesn't look as strong and as sturdy as it actually feels in real life. So don't let the looks fool you. It is kind of a, a skinny bike, but it does feel really, really, really durable. It doesn't feel like it's going to break down easy over time. So I am very, very much liking just how robust this bike does feel for its overall size. Now, when it comes to range, it is really good on this bike, getting up to 70 miles, but that's in perfect conditions. But typically from my experience, I usually chop off like 20, 25 miles right off of that, because I do weigh around 220 pounds myself. And I do like to use throttle most of the time too. So definitely, if you want to extend your range to get closer to that maximum range, you definitely want to take advantage of the pedal assist, especially the auto mode, to allow it to kind of do it itself. But also, you probably want to drop down to the eco mode that it does have, that of course will give you very economical mileage as well. You can also just charge this thing up very easily, because it does have a removable battery that you can just use one of the two keys that comes with this bike to be able to pop that thing off and then take it inside to charge it. But of course, you can always just leave it on the bike itself and charge it that way. Now, the actual power modes that you have to choose from are going to be Eco, Tour, and Turbo. And then also you have the Auto to let the bike just do it for yourself. And you're also getting hydraulic disc brakes with this bike, which you can see are very good. Oh yeah, very good stopping power. All right, so look, I think that's about it. So just wrapping up this Blix Vika X, it's a pretty impressive package for the $17.99 price tag. I know that still is a lot of money, but compared to other e-bikes with similar technology, this is something that's going to give you some of that. And you are missing suspension, right? You don't have any suspension. So to me, honestly, that is a little bit of an added cost that you will need to do after the fact, because that will just make the ride even more comfortable. But if you're just riding on paid bike paths and stuff, you might be able to get away with that. But even with that, everything you get with the fit, the form, the function of this bike, and all of this being in an e-bike that does fold up and gets very compact and small when you do need it, I'm honestly more impressed with this e-bike than I thought I would be. And I'm just keeping it real with you. If you do want to buy this e-bike, I will be dropping a link down below in the description of this video. And that might be an affiliate link. And if it is, if you do use that, that does help support this channel. And in the description, you will find a discount code so you can get $100 off of this bike. But anyway, drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about this bike yourself. And like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.